All right, we got Chris Kyle on the line. We were just discussing the whole Chris Kyle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Turn the music off. Turn the music. Jesus.
Jesus.
Sorry, Chris.
Is this rock radio?
I guess E-Rock was enjoying Down with the Sickness.
Yeah.
He was doing it for his own pleasure.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
What's up, Chris?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Well,
Good, buddy.
You told the story on our show that you punched Jesse Ventura in a bar, and wow, the story took off, man.
Was this the first place you've ever told that story publicly?
Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, for a big audience like that, I mean, the event is in the book, but I purposely left his name out because I didn't want that whole thing to take off like that. And then ever since then, I've been trying to kind of deflect questions from it because not trying to make money off of putting him down or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we got a tip that it was Jesse Ventura. We asked you, and you decided to say yes to that and admit it was Jesse Ventura. Because, like you said in the book, it's very vague. You said you punched a guy, fuzzy-faced guy, was it? Was that the exact?
Yeah, scruffy face.
Scruffy face, right. Well, a lot of people are now calling you a liar, including...
I believe you, by the way.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, so far we believe you, absolutely.
Oh, they can call me whatever they want because I know this thing has gotten so blown up that the only way to actually put it to rest is the witnesses. I have asked them to stay out of it to where finally now I've said, you know what, just go ahead, come out with it.
Oh,
and we
okay.
can put this behind us.
Oh, you have actually
idea.
asked them to speak up because there was audio we heard of Ventura, of course. You probably heard it too, where he's denying ever meeting you, and he's harping on the fact that a crime has been committed and maybe he should file charges.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely should if he thinks that's right.
Do you regret it at all?
You know what? I wish I would have handled it differently. I mean, the story, I think, definitely needed to be in the book like it is. But as far as, I probably should have played it down to where his name didn't get out there. But you know what? It is now, so I'm...
What exactly happened, Chris? If you could just refresh, because a lot of people might not have heard you on that moment. Just if you could give us a brief, just kind of sum the story up so people know what we're talking about.
It was a wake for Mikey Monsoor, and of course all the families were there, and he was there. He started getting loud and voicing his opinion, coming out against the war and the troops and everything. So we asked him to keep it down, and he got belligerent about it and finally said we deserve to lose a few.
Yeah, that's way over the line.
Now, was he was there, this was in a bar, just so people know.
Yes. It was the outside patio portion of a bar, and we were standing on the sidewalk of it.
Now, was he with anybody, or was he alone, to your knowledge?
No, I mean, he was definitely there at the bar with people.
Oh, he was with people. So there's a few people that saw this?
Oh, there's a bunch of people that saw this.
Yeah, and they've spoken about it like in smaller circles over the years. It's not like this has been a complete secret.
Oh, no. I mean, the entire community has known about this.
And there's a room, there's a radio guy who's friends with Jesse Ventura who thinks that we all scripted this together. I guess because Opie just happened to look over.
Yeah.
And at the instant feedback, which is the one-time instant feedback, actually, gave us something helpful.
Actually, it was a phone call.
Oh, a phone call? Okay.
It seemed like it might have been someone that really knows Chris Kyle and was kind of just, hoping that you were finally going to mention the name. But Alex Jones says that it's a conspiracy. We were in on the conspiracy, even though we just met you that morning. And, by the way, we thought you were awesome.
Yeah.
We think you're the greatest.
People loved you on the show, man.
And they also, Alex Jones also says we scripted the whole thing. So we helped you along, and we got together and we came up with this whole thing.
Right, I've heard all those rumors.
Yeah. Jesse was the wrestler. He did the scripted stuff, not other people.
And also, I love how Chris Kyle's admitting that he told us first, because Bill O'Reilly took this fucking story and stole it from us, that cocksucker. That cocksucker.
Yeah, he kind of ran with it like he just, whatever.
Well, we got Alex Jones on the line, too. He wants in on this. You cool with that, Chris?
Definitely.
All right. Hey, Alex.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Alex.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show.
Hey, I like the show. I also like Norton when he's on the boneyard.
Right.
Thank you very much, man.
Don't kiss ass right now.
Well, we
Why? It's
got
so
I
nice.
don't kiss people.
No. Let's not kiss anyone's ass right
I
now.
actually
All
listen
right.
to that. Hey, I actually listen to that channel. I mean, so I'm just saying I listen to it.
You're kissing a little ass because you know you're in a tough spot right now, sir. Why did you call us liars, and why did you say that we were in on a conspiracy with Chris Kyle and that we scripted this thing?
Okay, well, number one, I'm not in a tough place. I was just trying to be friendly. I just woke up about 15 minutes.
No, you're in a tough place. Jesse
No,
Ventura.
I'm not in a tough place.
Jesse
I'm
Ventura
on here
lied
talking
on your
about
show.
Infowars.com.
Jesse Ventura lied on your show, sir.
Alex, so what happened? You thought that we scripted this with Chris Kyle, which is ludicrous. What are you thinking there?
No, let me tell you what I meant by that. I'm saying the way he was talking, then somebody calls in with it, and the way he was talking, I think it was scripted. I did not think and did not say that I thought you guys were in on the lie. I was watching your face on the video, and it looks like you're there believing it and hearing it for the first time. So you guys aren't even on the radar screen as far as I'm concerned with this whole deal. But I know Jesse pretty damn well and see him get tears in his eyes and stuff when he talks to troops in airports and stuff. I mean, quite frankly, if he sees troops, he runs over or they run over to him, and it goes on. And it's the same thing about it's the politicians that have sent you, and it's wrong, and it's terrible what's happening to you, and all this stuff. So when I heard him talk about punching him and knocking him down, I thought, well, that sounds wild, but could be true. But as soon as he said the thing on O'Reilly and stuff about, yeah, he said, you deserve to die. You guys deserve to die when the family's right there. That is made up, period. I knew it was bull then. And guaranteed, Ventura, I've never even heard him. After I did that interview the other day on Skype, he was like, heard him like almost crying in the background, and his wife totally angry. So believe me, Ventura's not getting ready to depose people and go absolutely ape over nothing. He doesn't have people over there at that McPee's place getting getting affidavits signed and stuff for nothing.
All right, listen.
Totally made up.
All right, listen. So you have no doubt that Chris Kyle did not punch Jesse Ventura.
No, what I just said is I was going back to when I watched the video last week when he first said.
Did Chris Kyle punch Jesse Ventura or not?
Well, let me just stop you right there. Ventura denies that it ever happened.
And do you believe that?
Absolutely. But what I'm telling you is watching the video, knowing Ventura, knowing him well, I'm watching the video, and the guy's saying, he was talking about the war and punched him. I'm thinking, well, that might have happened. When he gets to the part about, he said the SEALs deserve to die, and when he said it on O'Reilly, it looked really scripted by him. He was following a script. I knew it was pure bull, and as soon as I talked to Ventura, as soon as I could get a hold of him, sure enough, he was completely dumbfounded.
Alex, we got to jump in a little bit because don't
Oh.
forget, Chris is not a public figure, so he's not used to speaking publicly. So when he's talking about things that he's not used to talking about on Bill O'Reilly, a show he's probably watched for 10 years,
right,
it might be a little bit more nerve-wracking. And we do have Chris here to respond to that. We have to let him respond.
Yeah.
Chris, how do you feel
Well,
about
he'll get to respond in court.
Well, no, I mean right now, Chris.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got the people that are definitely going to come out, and some of them are the family members that were there, so I'm not too concerned.
And Chris, what did he say about the Navy SEALs dying? I think that's being misquoted. What
you
did
are
he say?
misquoting it, Alex.
What did he say, Chris?
He said you deserve to lose a few.
Deserve to lose a few.
Yeah, that means deserve to die.
What it means and what was said.
Don't try Perry Mason crap.
You've been misquoting the man the whole time you've ever.
Hey, Kyle, you think you're going to make a big name for your new American mercenary force to help knock heads of American people? Think again. I know all about Richard Pearl, all about your trips to Israel, all of it, buddy boy.
Who is Richard Pearl?
Who is
More
Richard Pearl?
entertaining, Alex. I'll give you that.
Who is Richard Pearl?
Yeah, it'll all come out.
And by the way, Alex, we're not giving you
Who is Richard Pearl?
We're not giving, and we're also not giving you Perry Mason stuff and playing semantics games. The difference, to me, it's more believable for Jesse Ventura to say you guys deserve to lose a few than to say something as harsh as I'm glad Navy SEAls are dying.
Exactly.
There is a difference in believability in what one guy would say, and I don't think Jesse Ventura would come out and go, "I'm glad a soldier is
Look,
dead."
that's the same thing, and that's how.
No, it's not.
Selling it that he was that that he's saying the Navy SEAls deserve to lose a few. That is saying lose a few means die.
It absolutely does, but there is a difference in the way you say it. One is more believable to me.
Listen, I hope for your sake that you are telling the truth. And I mean, Ventura's so freaked out by this. He's saying, do they have a body double of me or something? Let me tell you, I talked to him
That's
off
paranoia.
He is completely flummoxed and dumbfounded.
I'm flummoxed and dumbfounded.
Chris, Chris, were you tempted to put Jesse's name in the? Because Alex, one thing that makes this more believable to me is that Chris did not
put the name
in the book.
The publisher probably said he couldn't prove it.
The publisher.
Now, Chris Kyle is saying today, Alex, that he can prove this, and a lot of the guys that know about this, he finally told them, yeah, you could tell everyone what you saw that day.
Okay, well, that's not what the owner of the bar is going to say.
Now, Chris, why didn't you put it in the book, honestly?
Because I didn't want this whole reaction to come out here.
Yeah, see?
I'm not trying to sell my book off of making someone else look bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex, is it possible? Because we heard you calling Chris, you calling it the turkey shoot, and is it possible that your agenda? Look, you don't like the war; it's common knowledge, and you love Jesse. Isn't it possible that your agenda is skewing the way you're looking at this?
Well, yeah. I mean, we all see through rose-colored glasses, and I'm a Texan. I mean, I'm sure Kyle at some point is a friendly guy. My whole issue here is when I say turkey shoot. Not that I follow too much of this military stuff, but I have a lot of families in the military, and of course, there's the big joke about the Hajis don't know how to aim a gun. My God, there were people there who couldn't believe the kill numbers everybody was getting. I mean, when you're shooting women running around with hand grenades, and you're shooting, plus there's all the contractor footage of them playing Elvis music and shooting whole families out of their cars, and then dropping AK-47s on them. I mean, that's the big joke. Every armored vehicle, and Kyle knows this, is full of drop guns. And they splatter a whole bunch of people at a checkpoint or whatever, drop an AK-47 on them. Y'all get, Bronze Stars for kills in combat. I'm not saying that's exactly what Kyle did, but it's all well known about Iraq.
Kyle, how do you
Iranian war started?
Yeah, you were over there. You must have seen it,
Alex,
right?
Kyle, how do you respond to that? You got to let Kyle respond. You can't make an accusation like that and not let Kyle respond. He's got to respond. Kyle?
Well,
Chris, I'm sorry.
No problem. We've never had drop weapons on us, but I can tell you as far as the book, it's not sitting there trying to glorify all the people I've killed. It's trying to get across the sacrifices that a military member has to go through while he's overseas, and at the same time, my wife is telling the sacrifices she went through while here at home, and I'm trying to highlight the heroes that surrounded me that made me look good. And all through the book, I downplay myself.
And one thing you said, Chris, too, when you were on, is that people were trying to inflate the number to 2 something. And Alex, you didn't hear the interview, but Chris kept going, no, I'm happy with this. This is fine. Like, I don't need any more numbers attributed to me.
He was downplaying everything that day.
And on your show...
Let me be clear. I think in war, a sniper is an honorable position. People always try to, make it look bad. I've interviewed a lot of snipers like Colonel Craig Roberts and others when he did in Vietnam. And I'm not downplaying that, that Chris can't shoot a gnat off a fence post at 1,000 yards. I'm simply saying that it's well known, just like with the Army helicopter shooting up the Reuters van, that as far as turkey shoot goes, there were times when you just have all sorts of mayhem and people being blasted in all directions, and it's a lot easier to be a sniper in the desert or in those built-up mount areas than it was in, say, Southeast Asia. I mean, that's my point about turkey shoot. Clearly, Kyle, would it have been harder to make 1,000-yard, 2,000-yard shots in Vietnam in the jungle or from a rooftop into a desert?
Oh, I am not claiming my war is any harder than Vietnam, and I give the Vietnam vets all the props because they definitely fought a harder war, and I give Carlos Hathcock all the credit as being the greatest sniper to have ever lived.
And and Alex,
that's all I was saying, guys.
Okay, something you said too, which I thought was a little unfair. But you said that Chris is bragging about shooting women, and the way you painted that, and we played the audio, was that here is this guy going over to Iraq and he's come back acting like he's hot shit for killing women. But when Chris described that shoot, he was really specific.
He was bothered by it.
About being bothered.
I read quotes, and in fairness, the media does take things out of context where it's talking about...
No, you take things out of context because you made it sound like he was bragging about shooting women.
But he didn't brag.
When if you listened to the actual interview and not transcripts, you would have heard Chris Kyle being very bothered by the fact that he shot a woman.
I didn't have time to watch the entire interview. All I saw was like a 3-minute clip on the internet.
No, we understand that. But we're saying is when you're quoting something and you're painting this guy, there's a big difference there. You were painting him as this cavalier ass who was bragging about shooting a woman, and what he was telling us Chris, I think, is that you made absolutely sure she had a grenade. You could see it through your scope. You were being told, yes, you have to take her out because she's walking towards Marines. Like, he saved U.S. soldiers' lives, but the way you painted him...
Look, all I'm saying is this. Even the Dallas Morning News said there's something creepy, and I'm not even saying this about Kyle, about on TV constantly, especially the host and people smacking their lips, and maybe that's where I'm picking this up. You guys didn't really do that, but some of the other shows getting all excited, tell us more about killing the people, tell us more. And it's just at a certain point, it's disgusting, and I don't want to hear about it. And I'm not saying Kyle's even bad for that. It's true. Now that I've seen more of the interviews with him, he's not the one getting off on it. Some of the hosts are. And I just know all the people I know from Vietnam, World War II, and places will never even talk about it. So I'm just saying, hearing all of this stuff. I mean, I remember one time I was at the deer camp, and I was about 10 years old. There were all these old World War II vets there in Buffalo, Texas, just south of Dallas, where we've got a ranch. And Kyle's from that general area, and I'm sitting there pulling on their leg at 5 a.m. while they're cooking biscuits and gravy before we go hunting. Tell me a war story. Tell me a war story. Tell me a war story. And one old guy who was a tank commander going into Germany, he said, "Okay, there was this woman looked like Marilyn Monroe, walked up and opened up her trench coat and pulled out a rifle, so we cut her in half. Now there's your story. Don't ask me anymore. I understand that war is ugly. I've got all that stuff. All I know is." I don't believe that Jesse Ventura said you deserve to lose a few, and unless he was drunk, and the problem is Jesse hasn't had alcohol in like 15 years because of blood clots. He has to take medicine for blood clots. And I know Kyle's saying that, now that I've seen him on O'Reilly, that he wasn't drinking. All I know is that the Jesse Ventura I know does not talk about and the troops, and always says, I mean, it's a line, he says the same stuff over and over again, that the troops are heroes, it's not their fault, it's the military, it's the politicians' fault for failing and sending them there and lying about WMDs. And so when Chris says that, I mean, and again, right now he sounds like a nice guy, so I'm completely blown away by this because Ventura sounds credible. Kyle, right now sounds calm and nice. And I mean, I don't know what kind of psyop this is or what this is, but let me just tell you, it's a big deal.
Well, okay. We do have a problem because Chris Kyle's saying it happened and Jesse Ventura saying it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, we heard some audio of you, and you said that you don't even believe Jesse Ventura was in the bar that day because he doesn't drink.
Well, yeah, that was probably then like last Thursday or Friday before I talked to Jesse. And then Jesse says, yes, I was there for graduation, but I wasn't there speaking. It was something about numbers that are the same as another class.
Yeah, we heard that part.
So you think Chris Kyle's lying?
I don't believe that Jesse Ventura said you deserve to lose a few names.
No. All right, fair enough. But do you think Chris Kyle punched Jesse Ventura and knocked him down?
I told you that when I first was sitting there, they come in during a break when I was on the radio like last Thursday, and they said, have you seen this, from the Opie and Anthony show? And I said, no, seen one. They said, here it is. They pulled it up on screen, and I started watching it. And he says, he was in there talking about the war, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, well, maybe there was a fight. And then when he gets to the part about, you deserve to lose a few, I was like, that's a bunch of bull. And so that was my initial response, is that I can imagine Jesse Ventura, sometime making somebody angry, talking bad about the war, and some type of altercation ensuing. But the part about him saying that, I cannot see that happening. And now that Jesse denied it, I have to believe Jesse. And let me tell you, Jesse's so shocked that another Navy SEAL would say something like this because he thinks they're all honorable that, off air, well, he even said some of it on air. He's like, my God, Alex, do you think like they had a double in there and this is some type of psyop?
Now, hold on. Chris,
enough with the psyop.
Now, Chris, is it possible that you and Jesse were arguing or you were debating and he said something to the effect of, it's only natural you're going to lose a few, or are you 100% sure that he said it and with the intention that you heard it?
No. I feel the opinion that he said exactly what I thought he heard. Some other guys that were standing right there.
Oh, they heard it as well?
Way. And I feel horrible about it coming out the way it had, and I'm sorry I handled it the way I did on your show. I guess I should have just denied it and said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I had no idea. And after all this has come out, I've listened to different interviews of people trying to, say I'm lying and everything. I had no idea Mr. Ventura was thinking about public office, doing all this other stuff. I honestly have no idea who this Pearl guy is. So, no, I'm not part of some bigger thing trying to discredit him. And, yeah, I feel bad that now all of a sudden all this attention is on this. And I'm trying to get a story out there about, hey, y'all look at what the troops have to go through, take notice, and let's take care of these vets.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Definitely.
You're setting up craft, and you say you're going to have basically diplomatic protection, training of law enforcement, all these groups. You've gotten awards from different international groups. I didn't know you'd be here, or I'd pull it up. I mean, have you gone to Israel and gotten police training?
No, sir.
So you haven't gotten awards from that American/Israel group that trains domestic U.S. police?
Well, I got a JINSA award, Jewish Institute for National Security Affairs. That's while I was still active. That was in 2005.
Yeah, well, just so you know, that's Richard Pearl, and he's known as the Prince of Darkness in the Pentagon. That's his nickname, but let's just expand on that for a moment. Do you know about the National Defense Authorization Act and how Congress just abolished the Posse Comitatus Act? I mean, you're a master sergeant, isn't it?
No, sir, I was a chief.
Chief, okay, a chief sergeant. I forget all these different titles and names. I mean, certainly you know what Posse Comitatus is.
What?
Sir, honestly, as far as when it comes to that, I have my business partners because my main concern is running the training side of the business.
I understand. But
what is Posse Comitatus? I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure I've caught it twice.
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
Why don't you shut up, Norton, and play some player?
I don't know. I don't know what Posse Comitatus means.
Oh, okay. That's the 1878 law barring the military from domestic law enforcement.
Oh, okay.
And Kyle, I mean, I'm just curious here. I mean, this sniper training and stuff. I mean, that's basically paramilitary training for the police, but I know they've had snipers before that. I'm just saying I see a lot of data points here, and I was thinking maybe you had been in an altercation with some big guy who looked like Ventura. Maybe somebody told you that was Ventura. Maybe somebody put you up to talking about this, but, listening to you now, you sound dumbfounded. So I'm dumbfounded. I think that...
Leave the founded part off.
Yeah. Is it, Alex, is Jesse really that important in the end? That we have to take out Jesse Ventura and discredit him?
Okay, well, here's why Jesse's
It's a question. I don't know.
Okay, here's something I know isn't true. 100%. Because I probably talk to Jesse every few weeks or something, or he gives me a call, asks me about news.
Sorry about that.
Just get Ambien.
But my point is, I talked like 2 weeks ago. I called Jesse and I said, "When are you leaving the U.S.? Are you going to be driving through Texas? If you are in your RV, stop by my house." And he's like, "Well, I think I'm leaving, in about a week or so." And he said, "But let me call you in the next few days, and I'll come on the radio before I leave town." I said, "Great. Say hi to your wife. Bye." Next day, phone rings while I'm on air. Jesse Ventura's got some breaking news. He wants to come on. Now, I've just called him in Minnesota, talked to him.
What happened?
His wife got him off the elliptical machine. I know he's in Minnesota, and it's all over TMZ, Fox News, that Jesse Ventura is rubbernecking, recklessly driving in California trying to get to the airport. Well, Jesse hasn't flown in 16 months. Anyway, so Jesse's saying, "This is crazy. I think this is some dirty trick saying I'm, tailgating, being pulled over by police. I'm here in Minnesota." So he had to threaten TMZ to retract it. So first you have that false story come out. Fox runs with it. And then this other story comes out. And I'm telling you, if Jesse is lying, he is a better liar than even Herman Cain. If he's lying, he's one of the best liars I've ever seen.
So that means you're saying Chris Kyle's lying. Chris, there's no doubt in your mind that you punched Jesse Ventura that day, right?
Yes, sir, definitely. And Mr. West, you're a friend of Mr. Ventura's. I'd be more than happy if you would like to set up a time for me and him, not on the air, me and him to be able to talk, whether on the phone or in person. I'll be in California this week and Vegas the week after. I'll be more than happy to sit down, me and him talk, and settle this thing.
Wow, that would be a newsworthy event.
Well, why even make it on the news? I mean, I'm trying to
Alex,
all
what's
the
wrong with you?
questions on this. He wants this thing to go away. I fully 100% believe I'm telling the truth. You believe him. I think him and I could definitely clear the air on this.
Sure. Well, then I'll tell you what I'll do. if you can get me your number or your email, I'll give it to Jesse, and I know he's got.
Whoa! How about we do it on our show?
Well, no, I'm not even.
Whoa! What happened here?
He doesn't want to do it on any
How about we
show.
do a joint venture, Mr. Alex Jones?
If you want to get them both on together, that's fine.
We bring you Chris Kyle. You bring us Jesse. Let's do this.
That's fair.
Okay, I just don't think Jesse
In a cage. What?
I'm just trying to keep it from the public eye.
Right. Chris doesn't want it. Chris doesn't want a three-ring circus.
Hold on, Alex.
What is, Chris? Do you have audio Skype? Because the only thing that works from where he's at in the Baja is audio Skype to Skype. There's no phone lines, nothing. So I can. Look, I'll just send Jesse an email, and then I'll see if I can give you his Skype ID. I just need some way to give that to Mr. Kyle.
I do not have Skype.
We'll get it done off air. You don't want to give it on the air. We'll do it off air. That's easy. We'll just
one more.
Chris, just stay on hold when we finish and talk to our guy.
One more question for Alex Jones. I don't see the upside of Chris Kyle telling this story, considering his career in the military, and considering his new business there. Why would he take this chance and put this crazy lie out there?
Look, all I know is his book was already getting quite a bit of attention, but I mean, he got like 3 or 4 times the attention, and of course, it did kind of distract in a way, but he did get a ton of attention out of this.
Yeah, it sold a lot of books. We know that, but in the end, okay, you sell a lot of books, but you destroy your military career.
Well, I know this. That is what's happening, because I've looked at the different SEAL websites and stuff. They're all mad and saying, even if this is true, and they're all saying they didn't hear of it happening, and they think they would have, that this makes it look like SEALs are all talking crap about each other. And it just makes the SEALs, I mean, even if you believe Ventura said that, it makes it horrible that he'd say lose some, and it makes it horrible that Chris Kyle would talk about it.
But as I can tell by the way you're talking, this Chris is not the way you thought, like you originally might have interpreted him. And I think that you're seeing he's a lot more of a real and believable guy.
Yeah, I mean, the clips I've seen, especially on your show, I mean, he came off as kind of scripted on O'Reilly, and I see what you're saying, as he probably was nervous and so was just thinking about what he was going to say. And because I'm in the media so much, so are you guys. You almost forget you're even on air. It's like the opposite problem. You forget you're on air.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I got butterflies like I did 16 years ago. and then at the same time, when I saw him on your show, he just seemed kind of like smirky and arrogant. And, like it was real funny, and now he doesn't sound like that. So, I mean, it does sound different.
Alex, could you meet Chris maybe 1,000 yards south of the Stratosphere Hotel in Vegas? Yeah, he'll send you a message.
Hey, by the way, I'm from Texas, too, and I've shot a deer at 1,000 yards. I haven't shot an Iraqi at 2,600.
Yeah? Did the deer have a grenade?
700, 308. I
doubt
can
it.
shoot deer at 1,000 yards all day long.
You're all man, Alex.
Well, I'm not a Bronco rider. I mean, I didn't do it professionally like Kyle, but I have. I did work for a large animal vet for a couple of years, and I've run the electric dehorners and the hot shots, and I've inoculated 1,000 cows in one day.
All right, I think we're good, but we appreciate you guys.
Cow arms. Laying that.
We appreciate you both coming on, and Chris, we'll talk to you off air for a second.
Yeah, we're in a quandary, sir.
I believe Chris.
I believe Chris.
I think that hey, look. They had a good discussion, and Chris explained himself.
Yeah.
And, all right, fair enough.
And Alex, officially, you believe Jesse?
Folks should go to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com and watch the full interview at Infowars.com and see who you believe. Yes, I believe Jesse, but here's the deal, Chris. I guess I can contact your publisher and try to get your contact so I can put you in touch with Jesse?
Definitely.
Okay, well then I'll just tell your publisher to... who should I contact with the publisher?
William Morrow.
No, but they're going to be getting so many calls. Just
wait, we do it off air because you're going to have a bunch of names flying around.
Yeah.
We'll get it to you off air. The real name from Chris.
Yeah, I think it might be Ted Scheckler.
Yeah. Well, whatever we do,
yeah, it's Ted Scheckler, Alex.
Situation, because this is definitely turning into a mess.
All right, we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we do it all together, though. We do it all together nice.
Alex, thank you for coming on.
You bet, thank you.
Take care, buddy.
All
And,
right, Alex,
Chris,
enjoy the boneyard, all right?
Yes, appreciate that. And Chris, if you're not going to be in Phoenix January 27th and 28th when I'm working in Tempe, I meant to say Tempe at the Improv. Talk to our guy off the air and give him your info.
And if he's not going to be in Cleveland, because I'll be at the Improv that weekend,
Yeah.
then he can come to that show.
Love the plugs.
Chris, you created a lot of talk there, sir.
Yes, man. Thank you for coming on today.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me, guys.
I don't see why you would lie about this one. To be
I don't
quite
either.
honest with you.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, when are these guys coming forward? You think the witnesses?
They're starting to now. They're already talking to other people, getting it all set
cool.
up, and they're getting them all together.
Can we help in that way, or how are you guys going to do it? Because you got to get it to the media somehow.
That's what we're trying to figure out the best way to do this. That way, I'm trying to avoid a three-ring circus. I'm trying not to defame Mr. Ventura and, kind of trying to knock the legs out from him. I'm just trying to get all the guys together. I gave them the contact person of who they need to get in hold of and give their story, and then trying to figure out the best way to come out with this so it doesn't look like, this thing continues on and we're just here to bash him. We just want this thing to end and go away.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Chris.
you.
We appreciate you calling in today.
Take care, buddy. We'll talk to you off air.
Thanks, man.
All right,
right,
Chris,
thanks a lot.
I'm putting you on hold. Hold on. Wow.
That's good.
Wow, that's cool.
I think Alex, hearing him talk, knows that this guy is not a bullshitter.
Exactly.
He ain't going to throw his friend under the bus, but you can listen to Chris Kyle.
Yeah,
and know
he's in one of
not.
those positions where he can't throw his
Yeah,
friend
that was
under the
that was his.
You hear that, Alex?
Yes, I'm sitting here.
You heard that, right? You now believe Chris Kyle after you heard him on our show.
Well, I think he's more believable.
No, I think, listen,
Where'd he go?
Oh, no.
in the first interview, he seems concerned
Hello?
situation. I just think this whole thing,
Hello?
Yeah?
am I even on air? Because I hear the phone going on and off here. Are
Well,
you guys?
get a better,
Are you clicking off because I'm hearing half what you're saying?
yeah, get a better phone. It's not our problem.
No, I'm sitting right here.
Psyops.
So I'm sitting right here. Psyops is going on. They don't want what you have to say on the air for some
No,
reason.
I don't think that's what's happening. When I said
I don't think that's what's happening. You give such a proper response. No, I don't think that's what's
I
happening.
don't think. Au contraire.
Infowars.com.
Infowars.com. All right, Alex. take
Enjoy
care.
your day,
All
sir.
right, Alex.
I believe Jesse Ventura, and it's all going to come out.
Hey,
All right.
We'll see.
by the way, Ron Paul, brother.
Hey, I love Ron Paul, and
That's the one thing we have in common, sir. Ron Paul.
Yeah, I support Ron Paul, too.
But that's where it ends.
Yeah.
Now go do something. We
Yes.
got a radio
Go
show to
be on the
continue.
radio.
Listen, did I tell you guys about the website, Infowars.com?
You have not mentioned that.
I'm going to be at the Improv.
Yes.
Yeah.
You plug the Improv for me and Florentine, and I'll plug your website on the
Listen,
Boneyard.
Can I get you guys on my radio show to talk about all this?
No.
I would do it.
We got our own show. Why would I do your show? We got our show.
But in case you haven't noticed, I have the #1 alternative news website. It only gets 2 million visitors a day.
Oh, that's
Infowars.com is big, pal.
Alex, I got to
why
be
didn't
honest.
why didn't you put our video up there on
I'm on
Infowars?
over 100 AM and FMs. I mean, I'm a pretty big radio host.
But why didn't you put our video on Infowars.com? You only put the O'Reilly one on, I think.
Because I personally wasn't trying to make a big deal out of this, and then I saw the O'Reilly thing, and I'm like, crap, I better get a hold of Ventura. And then once I got a hold of him, I mean, if he's lying, he's an Academy Award, actor.
Yeah.
And also,
Alex, can we break this down? We're a bunch of radio guys. Jesse's a little kooky, right?
Say that again?
He's a little kooky.
Who, Ventura?
Come on, let's be honest with each other. We're just hanging out in a bar, a bunch of radio guys, no mics. He's a little kooky, right?
No, Ventura is 100% real and doesn't care.
Except for his
how his
20
hair
years
looks
of
or
wrestling.
Any of it.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time with Jesse in the last 6 years or so.
Yeah.
I've known him for about 7 years, and I'm telling you, he is the real deal, and he's been waking up to a lot of issues, and he's a really nice guy, and his wife's really nice. And I always see him go up and thank veterans and people, and I don't believe he said that about
All right.
the Navy SEALs.
But is he a little paranoid? In the Jesse Ventura?
Well, I mean, I think if he was paranoid, he'd be afraid to go out and do his TV show and stuff. But I would say, I'll tell you when Ventura really woke up. He'd seen my films, we talked and stuff, but then he went to Harvard with that fellowship and had a private dinner with McNamara after he saw McNamara give a speech there, the former Secretary of Defense, admitting the government staged the Gulf of Tonkin attack on our ships to get us into Vietnam. And Ventura totally had argued with me and others and said there's no way the government stages stuff. And his whole world came crashing down at that point, and he became very untrusting and is now read. I mean, my God, he probably reads 2 or 3 books a week just on politics and is obsessed with it now.
Do you think, I'll actually interrupt, do you think what makes sense what you're saying? Like, because when you have something shattered for you, isn't it possible that he has this image shattered, so he goes so far in the other direction?
Yeah, now everything is a conspiracy.
And almost looks at things that did happen a certain way as a conspiracy.
Well, that is a danger for anybody that wakes up and says, well, my parents told me Santa Claus was real, but now I found out he's not.
Well, relax on that.
Yeah, what do you mean he's not?
Yeah.
I know, I've sat on his lap and cleaned off my bottom.
Alex, we'll promote Infowars.com as long as you put our video up there.
Okay, listen, guys, I'm just joking around about the Infowars.com.
That's fine.
No,
it's a big site.
No, but seriously.
We understand promoting our shit. We're all in agreement there.
Well, I tell you what, I'll plug your website today and tell them that this interview's posted up there.
Okay, buddy.
Fair enough, Alex.
But I mean, seriously, listen, I'm telling you, Ventura is anguished by this and completely flummoxed. And again, he would not say the thing about you deserve to lose a few men. I mean, that is crazy. And he also made the point, if he would have said something like that, he would have been attacked and thrown out of the bar. I mean,
no, I guess not. I guess we're hearing it happen on the sidewalk, but there were witnesses, and Chris Kyle's getting those witnesses together. That's what we learned today, because he's finally had it, because his name's at stake. So he's like, well, I got some guys that are willing to come forward now.
Yeah,
so we'll see what they have to say.
His buddies better make damn sure, because let me tell you something. If Jesse Ventura is anything, he's somebody who will go after you with lawyers. Vince McMahon, TSA. I mean, and believe me, he is lawyering up. So I mean, listen. Believe me, he wouldn't be flipping out, getting ready for all of his depositions, you name it. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, this is a quandary because Kyle didn't come off very credible, I thought, in the interview the other day. Didn't come off credible on O'Reilly. He does sound like he's paying attention now. And you know what? This is a circus. This is ridiculous. There's about to start a war with Iran. The economy is imploding. They clearly stole Iowa from Ron Paul. That even came out in mainstream news. New Hampshire is today. All of this stuff is going on, and we're talking about Jesse Ventura and Chris Kyle, who are supposed to be in a fraternity, a band of brothers. And the whole thing is disgusting and nasty, and I'm just glad that you guys, had me on here to discuss it.
I will say this.
Thanks, Alex.
Ron Paul is going to get killed up in New Hampshire. I mean, that's Mitt Romney country. But I do think that Romney stinks. Of course, I mean metaphorically in an election. No, not physically. Mitt Romney stinks, and I think Rick Santorum is a twat. So go Ron Paul. That we agree on. All right, man. Take care.
And go Boneyard.
Go Boneyard and Ron Paul.
Way, can I hear a little bit more vintage Motorhead? You've been playing too much of the new stuff.
All right, I'll play something for tonight's show.
What is your favorite Motorhead song, if we had to ask Alex?
Well, it's got to be...
That's the one thing I really wanted to hear. I want to know how deep he goes.
Anyone didn't see that coming.
I know, I saw it coming, but I really want.
I know.
If he would have said like the chase is better than the catch, I'm like, this fucking guy knows his shit.
Now he rocks.
Talking to him, it's hard not to enjoy. Alex.
I like him from an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah. He's good at what he does, I guess.
I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says, but
yeah.
Listen,
I get so angry when I think people are badmouthing me. I just react so angrily.
You know what? But God bless Alex Jones getting right in there and fighting and Chris Kyle. That was good. All that shit was good.
He knows what's good.
Florentine's here. He's got a one-man show. It's called Jim's One Man Show. I'm Your Savior at the Brokerage in Long Island. I say on Long Island myself. BrokerageComedy.com. It's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out what Jim Florentine's been up to after this.
Yes.
And maybe.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show, Sirius XM.